For mechanical systems in houses, there's regular house mechanicals, there's big house mechanicals, and then there's this place. This is mechanical porn, and it's one of the things that really makes me really enjoy seeing all these different houses. We're going to start with the electrical panel. This is the main distribution panel. It's 400 amp, 3-phase. To give you an idea of scale, this panel is 30 inches wide and about 8 feet tall, and it feeds sub panels all over the house. And here we'll have a generator panel, emergency power. There's a sub panel. This is fire, and this is security. And here's a hint of what brings us in this house. That's part of the vacuum system up there, that gray. This is internet, audio-visual. And then through here we see, rather than the 5 horsepower Spencer turbine that I think this house should have had, we have one triple motor power unit feeding the whole place. Oddly enough, this house has just as many inlets as my house has. Now my house could use a few less, and this place could use a few more, but still kind of funny. We have 3 boilers that generate the heat for the house, and some very commercial looking water distribution piping there, and all these insulated lines and circulator pumps provide hot water to the domestic water tank here, and the coils and all these air handlers. Along the wall we've got this 3-inch is actually a gas line, and you can see a bit of our vacuum piping here, and we've tied it in up there to the rest of the system. And there's another sub panel. There's this actually feels more like a tall crawl space than a basement, because even though it's a full height basement, there's piping and ductwork 4 layers deep down here, so you really do have to duck. So our piping runs behind these air handlers, alongside AC line sets and electrical, and then turns and goes that way. So here's more of that 3-inch gas main. There are 2 6-inch sanitary sewer lines. The one on the left collects from sanitary, and the one on the right is for the sump pumps. And here's a shot of those. Sump pump envy. It's a thing. So if you want the best sump pump money can buy, you buy a Tramco. And if you want something even better than that, you buy a Tramco duplex lift station. And in this case we have one lift station for storm, for rainwater sump, and then another lift station for sanitary. And each one of these has a float, and it alternates which motor it turns on each time. So it wears evenly on those motors. And if the water in this pit goes up high enough, fast enough to raise this arm really high, then both pumps start, and this thing is moving an enormous amount of water. And we'll do the same thing over here. Okay, so from here we're going to turn and we're going to go into this little baby mechanical room. You can see our vacuum piping coming through behind this finished wall, over here past another electrical sub panel and some lighting controls, and heading into what looks like just the outside through a foundation. Well, in fact, what's past this wall used to be an indoor swimming pool, and the owners, who I do not understand, filled that pool in and made it into a big club room and golf simulator. And so that's why it's now vacuumable space, and we needed inlets out there. So this was our solution. And of course, coming back this way through here, we're running nice and low, just because that's where we had room to run. And then over here where we have to lift vertically, we're using a retractable raceway elbow so that the dirt can make its way up. Even heavy objects should come up, they shouldn't sit down there. And then finally we're coming back here and tying in. So anyway, that's that. Mechanical porn of the day.